Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Lord Zedd by Hasbro. This came out in 2019. I managed to get it in the store at the time. And here is the packaging. Very nice window box where we can see the action figure and the accessories. I always enjoy seeing the action figure before I buy it. Here is a wraparound picture of Lord Zedd. Here is the other side. There is the top and the bottom and the back of the box, which shows a nice picture of the action figure in a pose with some other information on the bottom. What is surprising about the Power Rangers Lightning Collection is there's no cross-sell. And this is part of Wave 1, first wave of Power Rangers Lightning Collection action figure. So I will open this up and review the action figure in just a moment. Here are the accessories that come with the Lord Zedd action figure. Here are the hands that were on the action figure in the package. I've removed these here. And this left hand is a gripping hand. Well, these are both gripping hands. This is more open. And this one is a more tightly gripping hand. This is for the staff. What's nice is they do have some painting on the back of the hand. Very nice. But the nails or the claws are not painted. So that's a missed opportunity. They should have been painted to be more accurate to the show. And here are some extra hands. We get a fisted hand and another more open hand. And these are also painted on the back of the hand, but the claws are not painted. Now, all of these hands have this long peg that has a hinge for articulation. And this is a grenade. This is something that Lord Zedd used in the show to throw at his monsters to make them grow, like a grenade. So it fits into this open hand. So, very nice. And then we have Lord Zedd's staff, his Z staff. So it's molded in a single color plastic. I don't think there's any painting detail on it, but it looks nice. They put some detail into it. So it looks like it is accurate to the show. And then we have a lightning energy effect, pliable plastic that we can use to wrap around the staff to show that Lord Zedd is using some energy. So, very cool. Very cool. Here is the Lord Zedd action figure. Let's take a look at how tall he is. With our tape measure, if we look to the top of his head with his exposed brain, it's about 6.5 inches tall. But to the top of his helmet ornament, the Z at the top of his head there, looks like he's standing at about 7 inches tall. So 7 inches is pretty impressive, but it's only a tiny little helmet ornament. So I think 6.5 is still pretty good. Let's take a look at the details of this action figure. So he does have an exposed brain there, and nice helmet, Z ornament. Now this part is a little bit pliable. Nice details on his face there, and a bit of texturing on his helmet here. So they did a lot of work there. And this silver piece here, it's a pliable plastic that's glued on top of the torso. Fits in with this part here that's sculpted onto the body. Now we have some tubes all over his body. So it looks like here's a tube from this wrist. It goes through the chest there, down here, and it's attached to this part down here. Here's another tube from here down to his ankle. Here's another tube from his wrist to his lower back there. So a lot of tubes in loose, pliable plastic. So I think they designed it this way so it doesn't interfere with the articulation. Lots of metal pieces around his body. I think the red part is meant to be exposed muscles. Kind of yucky. Although it's not really obvious as muscle to me. I didn't really think that was what it was when I watched the show. But they did put a lot of detail into it. Looks like they painted it a little bit, a little black wash. And here it's a little bit rubbery. It's a bit rubbery here. Actually, sometimes these things will pop out, so we can just plug it back into the hole. And here it's a bit rubbery. So it's not attached down here, but it's attached to this front part that's glued onto the leg. There's some boots. There's some peg holes on the bottom there. And more details on the back. Although it doesn't look like it has a black wash on the back, not like on the front. They did some work on the spine here. A lot of detail. Yeah, they did put a lot of work into this, so yeah, I'm happy about all the detail they have. Now let's take a look at the articulation of the figure here. So he can look up quite a bit and look down. Some shifting in his head, so a lot of room up there. Turn side to side, and a little bit of tilting. And then there's butterfly joints here. They move quite a bit. So actually they're kind of loose. I think they're just a little bit looser than I would like. I want to be careful with these tubes here. They don't seem to be getting in the way too much, but still want to be careful. And can we go out? Yes, we can go out. There's some ratcheting in there, so that's good. That's about as far as they can go. Now, I don't think we can go 360 with these tubes attached, but normally I don't want to do that anyway. It's just not a natural movement. So let's put this back. And there's a bicep joint there, and double jointed elbows. Looks good. And hinges on all the hands, and we can turn them around. That's good. There's a diaphragm cut. We can move around. Very nice. Look at that. And then crunching. Does a lot, very good crunching there. But you cannot go back too much. And can you do the splits? Very nice. And there is a forward kick, just a little bit. Not back very much. There's an upper thigh cut hidden by the sculpt, but it's there. And then we have double jointed knees, but not very much there. And the ankles can move up. Now this one's a bit stiff. Let's try this one. Moving up and down. Not very much. And then there's a little bit of pivoting. So the butterfly joints are a bit loose, I think. They move too easily. Also the hip joints are a bit loose, I think. A bit too wobbly, too loose right out of the package. But other than that, it seems to be moving very nicely. Let's see if I can get him standing again. There we go. Here is Lord Zedd next to the White Ranger from the first wave of Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And I'm happy to see that Lord Zedd is a larger action figure than the White Ranger. He's taller and thicker, just beefier. So I think they look nice together. It's nice to see a size difference between different characters. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating for the Lord Zedd action figure is, I think it's okay. It's on par with a Sledgehammer. I would like to put it a little higher, but the joints are a bit loose, especially on the butterfly joints and the hip joints. They just seemed a little too loose right out of the package. But the design looks good. The execution of the design looks pretty good, and the accessories I think are alright. But because of the looseness of the joints, I can't put it any higher. Also, some of these little plastic pieces, like around the knees, those have popped out. Now they're easy enough to pop back into the little holes, but still it's a little worrisome because I don't like things falling apart in my hand. So all in all, this is a pretty nice action figure. It's great to have a bad guy to pose against my Power Rangers action figures that I have so far. Thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.